It is Wednesday, November 5th in the United States and Canada. There's a new worst team in the Eastern Conference, and this is What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studio in Boston. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and across the room is Sean DePaz. Hello, boys.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
I am great. A very well-earned A grade last night. The hockey was good. The hockey was crazy. It gave us material for today. I know that you were mostly following the politics, Pete, but we'll fill you in on what was just a really exciting night in this little game we like to call life.
That's right. Shout out to Mr. Mondani.
Mondani. Or Mondani. Momdani or Mondami, as Andrew Cuomo like to call him. Just never got that guy.
Oh, really?
Never once at any point.
There's a lot of things that Mr. Cuomo has not gotten right.
True. That is true.
Fill me
That's why he's
in.
not mayor of New York City.
I was watching hockey.
That's right.
He's just Italian.
Yeah, unbelievable night of hockey last night. We said after the show, we spent a little time on the show. We ultimately ended up on that was definitely an A slate.
Oh no, that was an A.
And then after the show, the more I thought about it, and the more I felt the excitement getting ready for the night. I think that was the best slate of the year ahead of the games that night, and for sure delivered.
Looked like it was going to be good.
Yeah.
Was good. Looked like it might be a little crazy. Was crazy for different reasons than I expected. That's why you watch the slates, though, because you don't know. Even the ones that you say, oh, well, there's a worst game on this slate, and there's a game you won't care about. We circled two. We said Bruins, Islanders. We said Wild and Predators. Wild and Predators had an amazing ending. Bruins and Islanders basically are going to give us the whole show today. And there were so many things beyond that. So, Pete, tell the folks what'll be on the show today.
I'm very distracted by how horny the chat is for Sean today. I love that.
Why? What's going on with Sean?
I don't know, just say
Sean
looks
show himself?
looks good as
I
fuck
was
today.
showing
Yeah.
myself, and they were just saying I look good.
He's wearing that Oilers stuff.
I don't think that's why they were saying that. I don't think they could see that part. But
Today on the show, Pete on NYC Mayor. God damn it. Okay. All right. Library chat. That is factually incorrect. We will be addressing the library of it all, but not the library of it all.
oh no, did he do that?
He did library.
Well,
He said library?
he
he's
said
allowed to.
library. And a lot of these quote graphics that are pulling what he said and putting it on a graphic, being very, very kind and generous
Oh,
to
no, you
Nikita
gotta put
Zadorov.
SIC in those parentheses.
Yeah.
Yep. Library. Liam Horrobin's going to join the show to talk about the Oilers and in their surprising, unsurprising start. Depends on where you kind of land. And
We'll
your puck
finally check
knowledge.
in on the Oilers.
That's right. And then finally, duck glazing part 90. That's accurate. Yeah. The Ducks are the best team in hockey.
Ducks are the best team in hockey. Ducks are the most fun. Ducks are everything.
You ever eat duck?
Mm-hmm.
Best night of my life, 19th
yeah.
birthday in Toronto, drinking beers at a diner and 3 a.m, eating Peking duck poutine. Fucking rocked.
Okay.
Rocked.
You
I've
ever-
had like duck
Confit?
confit.
Yeah, that's a duck fat. In Portland.
What's the? Never mind. I'm not gonna be able to think of it.
Okay.
Foie gras.
Foie gras?
Foie gras.
Yeah, it's like the duck liver.
Yeah, that I'm not doing.
That's kind of fire. I'm
Foie
not gonna
gras
lie.
is the thing where they're like force-fed
Yeah,
stuff. It's gross.
kind of like veal.
Charlie, what was the Charlie something? There was a
XCX.
chef in
McAvoy.
Chicago who's a celebrity chef. Charlie Chicago chef Charlie Trotter was very outspoken in being like, my restaurants aren't doing any of that shit. And a bunch of chefs got mad at him, and he was like, you guys are gross for doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
doing
mean,
foie gras.
I ate it at a restaurant in Vegas. Didn't know what it was till afterwards. So I think don't come at me, PETA. We'll never eat it again, but it was good the time I had it.
Okay, well, as I mentioned, the hockey was good last night, and I'll just give a very quick rundown on the things that happened, and then we're going to kind of go through them anyway. The Canadians finally lost past regulation. They lost to the Flyers in a shootout. Amazing stuff. I forget what this brings their record to. It's 5-1 in games that go to overtime. They have 5 overtime wins and now 1 shootout loss. As Pete figured out yesterday, they are the reason why every team in the Eastern Conference is 500 or better. Although, could you tell me who is the worst team in the Eastern Conference now? I said it off the top of the show. I said there's a new worst team in the Eastern Conference. They are 500, but the Boston Bruins are no longer 500.
Yeah.
So who, Pete, who the worst?
I The New York Islanders?
Nope.
Columbus Blue Jackets?
Nope.
Okay, who is it?
That would be the reigning Stanley Cup champions.
Oh, the Florida Panthers.
The Florida Panthers are 500, and boy, they looked 100 last night when the third period hit because they just weren't ready for those Ducks. No one is.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot of fallow year talk. We're bringing up agriculture when it comes to the Florida Panthers. Obviously, they're really dinged up, but they couldn't skate with our boys in Anaheim last night.
Cutter Gauthier hat trick. Ducks just rolled the Panthers. Sabres go to overtime for the 5th straight game. They lose
for the 4th time in those 5 games.
4th time in?
They will have 1 shootout win. Other than that, they've lost all of those overtime games.
No, you're saying they've lost, but they've gone to overtime in how many games?
Yeah, 5 straight, but it's their 4th loss of those 5.
Damn, Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah.
Could have won.
Could have won.
Michael Kesselring scored in the first period, which he came so damn close.
So close. And if anybody tailed my my underdog card yesterday, sorry, but so close. The other 2 parts hit.
Yeah, I did okay, but Kesselring, so damn that. What would it have been? What would the celebration have been?
Oh.
We're gonna. I meant to look up on the schedule. When do they play?
Next week.
They play in Utah?
Yep.
Having it circled. Leon Draisaitl scored 2 insane goals, and the Oilers chunked it again. We'll talk about them a little later in the show. Marat Husnadinov played a hero, and the world Googled
1C.
Who is Marat Husnadinov?
Don't need to Google it. He's the Bruins 1C.
He's the Bruins' first-line center. Bruins, as we will discuss in a few minutes, are on multiple cool lines. Watch, no one saw it coming. The Kings shut out who I believe was the best team in hockey going into the game, the Winnipeg Jets. Kings back, so much more. Let's start, though, with Nikita Zadorov versus the New York Islanders. We do not have video of this because we do not do hit chat, but in the second period? Yeah, of Bruins Islanders, Nikita Zadorov shoved Matthew Schaefer in the head when Schaefer was already down. It wasn't great. No hit chat.
Stop holding on to a stick.
That's what he was asking for it.
That's right. I don't like what
messing,
you're about. I know what you're about to say. I don't like it.
No, he was messing with Nikita Zadorov. Nikita Zadorov was just defending himself.
He would not let go of Nikita Zadorov's stick, and sometimes lessons need to be learned the hard way.
A melee ensues, and before we get to the Nikita Zadorov post-game stuff, I'll say we have to keep reminding ourselves that the Islanders won the first overall pick last year, and that they were not the worst team in the NHL. And usually the team with the first overall pick is a bunch of young kids, and it's a team with no culture, et cetera, et cetera. I saw the Islanders lose their minds after that hit on Matthew Schaefer, and I was like, that's good culture.
Oh, they got a great culture there.
They already had it. They were fine.
Yeah,
they just won the first overall pick.
Like, if there's one thing that I'll say about the New York Islanders that has not changed over the last 5-6 years, they love each other over there.
Yeah.
That is a very, very tight-knit group, and they're not a bad team, but just they don't have enough stars.
Okay, well, the Islanders were not happy with the hit. Neither were Islanders fans. After the game, Nikita Zadorov posted a picture of his DMs, and you'll see as Sean throws it up right there. Look at all these angry DMs. He posts, "Get out of my DMs and go to the rink to cheer for your team. That place was a library tonight."
Told you.
Multiple exclamation points. Yes, the place was a library. And while you have that up there, Sean, shout out Jake DeBrusk Glazer. Are you looking at the people who are sending these messages, Pete?
No.
There is Jake DeBrusk Glazer, who is sending something in Russian. I don't know what it is. I can't translate it, but I like that someone whose name is Jake DeBrusk Glazer is jumping in there and is like, I got something to say in Russian about this.
You think that they Google translated it and sent it over?
Oh, they're like, maybe this will get a response.
I'll make it easier for them.
Yeah, because famously Nikita Zadorov, who has a million famous quotes, does not speak English.
Well, he has his Instagram in Russian.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can see right there.
his.
Yeah, the top of where the filters are and the messages, they're in Russian.
Damn.
Yeah, he definitely. That's what I was saying. He's allowed to misspell library.
Okay. Well, bring it back, Sean. Can we get a behavior grade on Nikita Zadorov clapping back at Islanders fans? Which, before we even get into that, that's something Nikita Zadorov would say either way. He's got a track record of making comments about teams and their fan bases. So like that was going to come out one way or another.
A for sure.
I think
this is the Nikita Zadorov I want.
I think so too. And there's some thing to like, hey, don't read the DMs, don't read the comments, whatever. But also, like, that's kind of Nikita Zadorov's job, is to be the shit stirrer.
Right, exactly. That's why, like, I don't have a problem with Islanders fans, like, being upset about it. They obviously want to protect their star. But this is what Nikita Zadorov, this is part of his game. This is part of what you signed up for. I love that he exists in the NHL. It's not just that he's a Bruin. I love that Nikita Zadorov just absolutely lives for stirring shit up and just being a problem.
All right, I did a little research on this because I wondered if accidentally Nikita Zadorov was dunking on himself, because he said the place was a library and that it was really quiet. And I was wondering, is that just because people were like, why would I go to an Islanders-Bruins game? Like, are Islanders fans going to other games when, hey, the Red Wings are in town or whomever? Let me check out this game. And then when the Bruins are in town, it's like, well, it's two bad teams. I don't really care. Middling teams will draw better against great teams, because if whoever the Ken Griffey Jr. of your sport is playing, you got to get a ticket. You got to go see it. I looked up some recent UBS Arena attendance. The capacity for hockey is 17,255. For this Bruins game, the attendance can be flubbed. They can do a type of math that...
I'm a Red Sox fan. I understand.
Yes. I know. Tuesday against the Bruins, attendance 15,585, which isn't horrible. So I'm like, all right, are they just drawing worse against the Bruins? Sunday against the Blue Jackets, attendance 14,984, and then their next most recent game, October 23rd against the Red Wings, 14,495. So the Bruins are exonerated from any, it was a library because nobody went to see your trash-ass team. More people went to the Bruins game than have gone to recent Islanders games. So confirmed, library, allegations, held up, UBS, shame on you.
I guess, yeah. I mean... they were making a lot of noise in the DMs, not a lot of noise in UBS. I also saw that there was some people that taken early victory laps on the Bruins losing that game and Zadorov just wanting to be relevant, and they ended up winning that game. So
there's been a lot of early victory laps on things this season.
We don't talk about other podcasts.
No. A lot of the games have been close, of course, and there have been a lot of comebacks and everything. And I've seen people, like even the other night with the Leafs, people were burying the Leafs before they came back in that game against the Penguins. And I'm like, but what's going to change in the world if you wait an hour and a half to say that the team stinks?
We always say, we got a show to do today. Somebody's got a tweet to send now.
I'm on Twitter right now. This app is not guaranteed in an hour and a half. I got to do it.
I will never dunk on those, because this aged well tweet or Twitter is the worst, one of the worst Twitters. It's just like, that is part of sports. I'm sending a tweet because my team is kicking your ass right now. And if they fall apart, that's not my problem. You can go ahead and take the victory lap after the game when my team blows it. But like, the quoting with this aged well is the most lazy way to dunk on that.
I almost did it last night. I almost tweeted, it's so odd that the most comfortable and relaxed I can feel watching the Oilers is when they're playing the Stars. Because they're up against the Stars, 2-0, just controlling the game. And I'm like, this team scares the shit out of me, the Stars, when I watch them against any other team. How has it reached a point where when the Oilers are playing them, I'm just like, we all know how this is going to end. I didn't send the tweet. You know how that game ended? Stars came back. Won. So you never know. I hear what you're saying, though. Like this aged well thing, it's also just like loser behavior to track other people's sports thoughts or opinions, or especially just like pointing out a fact in the moment. I've gone after my beloved Chargers for their receipt pulling. Mm-hmm. It's a little ridiculous.
There's sometimes that you just need to Steve Harvey voice. Sit on it.
It really
famously, that's a Steve Harvey quote.
It does. I don't have a problem with
it. It is a Steve Harvey quote.
It's a Happy Days quote.
I mean, it's Steve Harvey.
It's Steve Harvey quote.
Family Feud.
He said it. And that was one of the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
sit on it is a Happy Days thing.
It's also a Steve Harvey quote.
I don't really know what. Yeah, I don't even know what Happy Days is. The dunking on people to me just depends on what was actually said, because like the Chargers thing was ridiculous because they pulled receipts of people saying this Chargers team sucks right now at a time in which they sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
But if your receipts are, but like if you're out here being like, we're kicking your ass, we've won this game, this game's locked up, and
this
then you
team's
lose
going
the game,
nowhere, whatever.
you deserve to get dunked on.
Yeah.
Like that's a
if
bad
there's
take.
projection in it, sure.
Right,
Even that, I
yeah.
think you're kind of a loser. Like people still play. There's like an old clip of Mike Felger being like, every year someone calls in and says, is Julian Edelman going to make the team? What do I care about the 7th round quarterback they took, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that ages poorly.
But but even that, it's like at the time, yeah, like that's what he was. It wasn't like if he had said Julian Edelman will never be worth shit in the NFL,
Yeah.
then you can dunk on that guy when that guy ends up being worth shit in the NFL.
Like, I'm pretty sure that person was not asking if Julian Edelman was going to make the team to be the team slot receiver and like be a Hall of Fame Patriot.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not.
Okay, well, do you want to talk about Zadorov versus Pete? Or
Sure. I don't care. It was a weird way to find out last night that Nikita Zadorov has blocked me on Instagram.
I saw on Instagram he posted that. It was like 2 minutes old. I was like, this is definitely coming down. Let me screen grab it, send it to the boys so we can put it in the show. And Pete's like, I can't find him. Where is he?
That's the weird part about being blocked on Instagram is that like you have to really they do a good job of like letting you not know that you've been blocked, because you have to really try to find this person, and it doesn't say like they've blocked you.
Yeah.
It just says their profile doesn't exist. So that's how I found out that Nikita Zadorov blocked me, and I don't know why.
And the show.
And it might be, I think that when you block somebody, it has the option to like block any associated accounts. And so I think that because like my account is linked with the show's account.
So then maybe he blocked the show and you got blocked.
Then we would have gotten blocked too.
Yeah.
You know? I was not blocked by Nikita Zadorov.
You both are not blocked by Nikita Zadorov. So it feels he might have a problem with something that I do.
If Nikita Zadorov blocked me, that's a Nikita Zadorov problem. Like you can,
I still think that Nikita Zadorov blocking me is a Nikita Zadorov problem.
Well, yeah, but like, I haven't said shit about Nikita Zadorov, so you have no reason to block.
I don't love block watch. There was the Dougie Hamilton thing where people would be like, "Oh, Dougie Hamilton blocked me on Twitter." Yeah,
that one is fair because he blocked literally everybody on Twitter. It's him and Ben Roethlisberger who have like the weirdest block behavior where they've blocked half of the internet. So that one's more weird. I don't have a problem with Nikita Zadorov blocking me. If I said something that he didn't like or whatever, it's fine. I feel like I've been pretty fair to Nikita Zadorov for the most part. And like at points I've defended Nikita Zadorov. But if he did not enjoy any part of the Pete Blackburn experience, that is totally fine.
I can't see you having done something, because you haven't done something big about Nikita Zadorov. And I hope I can't see Nikita Zadorov caring that much about it. I think this has to be a misunderstanding.
Maybe. I don't know. Love to have him back on the show. He had a great time when he was on the show. Have him back. Find out. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Someone said Frank Vetrano followed me on Instagram by accident and then immediately unfollowed.
That's so tough.
So that's cool. Bruins won this game, though. Murat Husnudinov, hero. They're on multiple cool lines watch, because we've talked a lot about the Pavel Zacha between Casey Middlestat and Victor Arvidsson line. Just one of the coolest lines in hockey. But Husnudinov between Pasternak and Geeky, I don't know if the Bruins are going to win many games. I think I do know if they're going to win many games, and the answer is no. But man, that's as fun of a top 6 as I could have imagined going into the season.
I'm not going to say that they can't win many games. Like, they're not going to win a lot of games, if that's any different. But like, they're competitive. They're a competitive team, and like they do have 2 pretty good lines. I cannot believe that these are the lines that I'm saying are good. Like, if you had told me Morgan Geeky, Murat Husnudinov, and David Pasternak, plus Casey Middlestat, Pavel Zacha, and Victor Arvidsson would be the Bruins' top 6, and I'd be like, no problems with that. It would be some shit has gone really sideways, but here we are.
A+. We have a super chat from Clubbers who says, never been so conflicted about Kesselring not burying it. Yeah, I get it. That was your guy last year. He's playing against his best friends. But he says, if I score on my best friends, ludicrous voice, watch out, because I'm going to do something crazy. It's this close. We almost got to see it. We're going to talk to Liam Horrobin from Oilers Nation every day with Tyler and Liam in just a couple of minutes. We got to check in on the Oilers because last night they blew a multi-goal lead for the second straight game. They lost to the Stars in a shootout. They have lost 4 games this season that they have led by 2 goals, including their last 2 games against the Blues and the Stars. And every year, the Oilers start weird, and you wonder, what does this mean and everything? And I think we've all kind of gotten used to not caring that the Oilers are struggling. But still, it's weird when you do a daily hockey show to watch a Stanley Cup favorite just dick around the way they've been dicking around and be like, so we definitely don't care. We definitely don't think any of this is bad or worrisome.
There has to be a point where you care. By the way, it was Fraser Minton, not Morgan Geekie. Morgan Geekie demoted the third line to get the Bruins get going, and it worked. Fraser Minton also rocks. But yeah, at some point you do have to care about the Oilers sucking. It's now November. I think you can care.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that you have to, like, I don't think that you have to, I don't think that you have to, like, act like the world is falling apart. But at some point, you should care.
Do you think they're on asshole watch?
I think that question is more suited for you. You're in the Oilers experience, and I think that you've been pretty good about tracking whether or not the Oilers are a problem, whether things are a problem. And when we freak out, you say, no, it's fine. Hashtag not worried. Are they on asshole watch?
I think that they are on asshole watch, but they have like an honorary... They have like a cloak of invisibility. Shout out my guy Harry Potter.
I was gonna say,
when it comes to asshole watch, they get to like
this guy's been influenced.
They get to slink in and out of just like asshole world. Where typically when you're on asshole watch, you're in quicksand. Things are getting worse, and you better find a way to figure it out. And the Oilers vacation in asshole watch land for a weekend. They'll do a long weekend in asshole watch land, and they'll dip back into 16-game win streak land.
Yeah.
And it's all fine. So they're just a very, as we all know, unique experience.
Yeah. When you talk about asshole watch and like giving away points, would you consider the Oilers to be more on asshole watch because they're giving away these points and losses, or the Canadians on asshole watch because they're winning a lot of these games, but they're giving points away to the rest of the Eastern Conference? And why I would like maybe lean the Habs is that I have less faith in the Canadians stretching the distance between the teams that they're giving points to over the course of the season versus the Oilers.
I came around on that with your explanation, so very good job, because when you first threw it out there, I was like, we all know that what the Canadians are doing is kind of a miracle in some way. And what the Oilers are doing is not devastating, but what the Canadians are doing is a miracle and fun. I'll tell you what, there's very little fun in what the Oilers are doing right now. Another weird part of it, though, their struggles, and I should note, by the way, that this year they're .533 points percentage with -2 goal differential. This time last year, .500, -10 goal differential. Lord knows what they were 2 years ago at this time, because they probably had like 1 point in the standings and they were firing Jay Woodcroft. But if you were I was talking to Sean before the show, if you're to watch some of their players play hockey, or you're just to look at stats, you'd be like, shit's amazing. Who leads the league in points?
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid leads the league in points with 21. Who leads the league in goals?
Leon Draisaitl tied for the league.
Leon Draisaitl tied for the lead in goals. Did you see either of Leon Draisaitl's goals last night?
Saw the one below the goal line.
He scored a goal from below the goal line, and he did a Forsberg in the shootout.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But as Sean has kind of brought up, Leon's not doing those things and being like, yeah, I fucking did it.
No, that was me.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, he scored below the goal line, and the coolest part about it was that he did not give a shit.
So that's some of the good. Also good, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 16 points in 15 games. Jack Roslovic, who I think was like an absolute ghost when he first got to Edmonton, 5 points in the last 4 games. The bad, Trent Frederick has 1 point through 15 games. He started the season on a line with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
That is like impressive.
When DJ said that, I started saying like, "Color me shocked," as in, "Wow, who would have thought Trent Frederick wouldn't be that good?" But also like,
no, like
impossible. It seems he spent like at least bare minimum a shift with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Having only 1 point is
37
insane.
minutes with Connor McDavid, 30 minutes with Leon Draisaitl.
You would think that
Gotta
like
have
a
more than
puck
1
would go off his shin and he'd get an assist.
I mean,
something.
fucking like love Zach Hyman, but he walked backwards into 50 goals being on a line with those guys.
Do you know
they're kind of
who assisted Trent Frederick's only point in goal of the season?
Vasily Podkolzin.
Very close.
I was gonna say, so it's a good guess.
Like as close as you could get,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Kasperi Kapanen.
Okay.
So at
Jesus.
least he's not a plays 30 minutes with Connor McDavid merchant.
Kapanen merchant.
He's a Kapanen merchant. God.
That is crazy. Yeah.
And
I mean,
no one roots for him more than me, but
So-
like he falls into the bad right now.
So like I've admittedly kind of I haven't like tuned out the Oilers. I've watched some of the Oilers, but
Wake me up
knowing that yeah, exactly. And it's not that important for me to tune into the Oilers in October. What has been the issue?
I mean, it's weird to say that like Leon could have like 50 more goals than he has so far. It's just like they're just mediocre and everything. The biggest issue is that they're blowing leads. But so I guess like not playing 60-minute games, but outside of those guys going off, they're very mid. They're middle of the pack in goals, 3.07 per game, which is exactly how many goals they've given up per game, which is 17th in the league. So they have their great players playing great, and then everybody else is mediocre. But let's ask Liam Horrobin, our dear friend from Oilers Nation every day, with Tyler and Liam. Liam, hi, buddy.
Hello. What's going on?
You heard the question that Pete just asked me. Why are the Oilers like this?
They're like this because they have no killer instinct right now. So they'll go up 2-0 in a game or 3-1 in a game or something like that. And then they just don't get that next goal. Like these past two games, they had Dallas exactly where they wanted them. That St. Louis game was crazy. Like, I don't know if the fans even wanted to be there. And then all of a sudden St. Louis wins the game 3-2. And I just think if they're able to just pile on one more goal, which I know should be able to get them over the top if they're up 2-0, but it's like then you just distract everyone from all the other mistakes you're making. Like maybe they're not pressing as hard, and maybe Evan Bouchard doesn't make a terrible mistake, or maybe you don't force your goalie into making so many high danger saves, and they would just relieve a lot more pressure if their offense would actually start working.
I mean, this might sound like a stupid question, but I don't think it is because it's the Oilers. Do you think they give a shit about these games?
I think. I
think
think
shouldn't care. Like you can understand why they wouldn't.
Spiritual
is what I'll say.
seasons.
Yeah. I mean, I think they care, but I don't think don't think the intensity is there. I think is a good way to put it. Like you watch him, like they just kind of lull through periods, and he's always that saying is like they never play 60 minutes, and it's like sometimes they don't even play 20 minutes in a period. Like it's just difficult for them to get up for these sometimes, but. I think one thing that they've struggled with is they've just been on the road the entire season. Like even their one home game against Montreal was just slotted into an Eastern road trip right at the end of it. They come home for one game, then they go on the road to play Vancouver and Seattle back to back, and then they're at home for a couple of games and then back on the road again. Like it's interesting now because now they don't play until Saturday, and I think they have like 3 more games at home, 2 whatever it is, and then they just go on the Eastern road trip again. They have 9 road games still this month to go and play. So I think that's a layer of it that's probably been a bit difficult for them. Like, hey, we all get along with our coworkers, but sometimes you just want to go home and not talk to anybody. And I think that's what's happening with this team is like they're almost just around each other way too much to start the season. And it's starting to damage them a little bit in performances where everything just seems to be the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Well, famously, they were not around each other in the offseason at all. Do you think that Leon Draisaitl's honeymoon with his friends is to blame for the team being around each other too much and therefore losing?
Well, I just wonder if more friends should have been on the honeymoon. Like maybe you just can't be so connected to one player. Maybe you needed every player and their wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever it may be on the trip. Like surely those two can afford a big enough lot. And I've heard, I don't know if you guys have heard, Darnell Nurse makes a lot of money apparently, and so does Evan Bouchard. So maybe
First I'm
they could
hearing
have
of
chipped
this.
in. Yeah, everyone chips in a little bit, get a bigger boat, go have a nice weekend away with all your friends on your honeymoon, which is a super normal thing to do.
I would, yeah. Thanks, Pete, for the invite.
You're welcome.
I'd like to point everybody when they're done watching this show, of course, to check out. There's a clip of our friend Shayna Goldman on the sheet with Merrick and Wyshynski, and she was asked how she feels about the Oilers so far, and she had a very like snarky sort of summary of what the Oilers start is, and you won't believe it. And she says like, the goaltending's mid, but oh wait, it's going to be really good at some point and they're going to outscore their problems. And they signed a bunch of new wingers. But what? The new wingers suck. This never, and like she just like goes down the list of all these things and then kind of said, used it all to make the point of like, no, I'm not freaking out about them, but I'm just kind of tired of the storyline. I'd like to hone in on that wingers part though. Roslovic, Mangiapane, Savoy, Howard, what have you made of the new guys? Because initially I was like, man, I think the people were right on not signing Jack Roslovic, and now he looks amazing. Mangiapane started great, and now he looks kind of not amazing.
I mean, from what I've seen, like the little of what I've seen, Mangiapane's looked really good.
I'm pro that sign. Shayna kind of slagged that signing in that clip. It's the only part of the clip I disagreed with. I think that Mangiapane overall, like good signing, definitely seems like he's going to have utility there.
Yeah, I agree. I saw that clip too, and I agreed with everything but the slander on Mangiapane. I think he's been fine. I think he does disappear in some games, but he's just not a liability. He just plays decently every single night. I think he's up to 4 goals so far this season. He did struggle quite significantly when he first got bumped up to McDavid's line. There was a stat, I think he had 2 goals on 2 shots, played 3 games with McDavid, didn't register a shot on goal. So it's like, okay, you were bumped up there to score goals, and now you're not shooting the puck. So he got taken off, scored a goal, and now he scored a goal with McDavid. So we're all good. Roslovic basically used his first 5-6 games as just preseason, but now he's maybe been their best forward outside of Draisaitl and McDavid. Like the one thing I like about Roslovic is he doesn't force pucks to Leon Draisaitl. He's more than willing to actually go and try and score on his own. We've seen it a couple of times this season where he's willing to weave in and out of defensemen and try and get a clean shot himself. And even last night, that assist to Podkolzin, like I can't remember the last time an Oilers forward did that outside of 97 and 29. Like to wrestle off Thomas Harley like that with one hand and whip the puck across again with one hand. And Podkolzin's done really well too this season. He seems to be finding his game a little bit. Obviously, his preseason was disrupted by his family tragedy, but he seems to be coming along. He's carrying the puck a lot more. He's willing to again do stuff himself, and he basically plays hockey on a string, just north-south, which is fine, and he does a really good job of doing it. So yeah, I didn't agree with that comment. The question in Edmonton is always about like how much do you play the youth? Like we all saw it with Dylan Holloway, and now everyone just has the fear that every young player that's going to leave Edmonton is going to go on to score 60, 70 points in a season. But I think Savoy, like what people are missing is like, okay, he's not getting his offensive chances, but how many rookies in the league are playing on the penalty kill like he is? Like he's become a reliable penalty killer. Ike Howard's been fine. He's not playing a lot, and people keep begging for him to go down. But okay, that means you have to play Curtis Lazar, David Tomasek every night instead. Like those 7, 8, 9 minutes might still be valuable. And then when you get Hyman back and Kapanen, then send him down, sure. But I don't know. I don't think this forward group has been as bad as maybe some people are saying. But also too, like, why everyone freaks out every single season about the Edmonton Oilers in November and October is just beyond me at this point. Like we've lived this dream so many times, we should be able to move on.
Did either of you boys see the Roslovic assist last night? I know that you didn't, Pete, because I would have gotten a lot of texts from you and seen your tweets about Thomas Harley.
No.
It was like, as he said, you usually see Draisaitl doing it. It was like one-handed, push the guy to the outside, just like, stay away from me, you friggin' loser. And he was doing it to Thomas Harley.
Wow.
And made like a really nice one-handed pass. Embarrassing stuff for 55.
How thankful are you, like, dumb question again, how thankful are you that McDavid in the contract is out of the way? Because right now with that on top of this start, I feel like would be a nightmare.
Honestly, I think about that a lot, and I couldn't be more grateful for what Connor McDavid has done for my life, because every single day I hear how bad Bouchard is, how bad Skinner is, how bad Nurse is. If I had to put McDavid's contract on top of that, I don't know if I would be able to do the show every single day. It's just, it's so nice that he is locked up. I don't even care. He could have done it for till the end of next season, whatever. Like, as long as I just didn't have to hear about it. So, yeah, I think they'll be fine though. Like, whatever. It really, honestly, doesn't bother me at all how well or bad this team is doing.
And that feels like the number one reason is because you know that McDavid is not going anywhere, and you get to go to sleep at night just being like, it's October, it's November, nobody gives a shit.
I had a big rant on our post game show the other day after the Oilers lost to Seattle, and some of the comments were being like, Ty Emberson's our best defenseman. Like, oh, you said they were going to be better this October. Like, how are they supposed to do all this stuff? It's like, come on. Like, the Nashville Predators and the Chicago Blackhawks were holding wild card spots at that time. I think Pittsburgh was first in the Metro or something stupid. Like, we all know this is not the way the season's going to go. We all know who the good teams are on one side and the good teams are on the other side. And like, everyone talks about the East, how it's 500. It's not because there's 16 good teams in the Eastern Conference. It's because they're all pretty mediocre and they battle their way through it every night. And you guys said the Montreal Canadiens just give points to everyone.
No, Pete could have used you yesterday. That was what we were arguing that. I was like, I think every team in the East is good. And Pete was like, you don't think the Leafs are good right now. And I was like, I don't think anyone is bad, but your point is well made. And now that it's 2-1, I guess I can see that. Guys are getting healthy, so trades are supposedly coming. You saw Alec Regula return to the lineup last night. It still blows my mind that he's a piece. Good for him. They must know something that I didn't know when he was in Boston and Chicago, but he came back last night. Janmark is close. Hyman will eventually be back, so trades are expected. And the most common names that have been thrown around have been your guy Janmark, have been Troy Stecher, and oddly, a name that you just said, Ty Emberson, which that blows my mind. Why would you trade a 25-year-old cost-controlled right defenseman? But who do you think gets moved out, and what do you think they should do?
Yeah, I don't really understand the Ty Emberson thing too. Like, he's 24, 25, whatever he is. Like, I don't think he's anything special, but I know he's an NHL defenseman, and it was only last season he always had to play Josh Brown in a playoff game. So probably a good idea to keep as many defensemen around as possible. The Troy Stecher thing, again, why would anybody want Troy Stecher? And that's not to disrespect Troy Stecher, but
who
doesn't have
how could anybody take offense to that?
Why would anyone want that?
But who doesn't have a 7th, 8th defenseman that makes league minimum?
Joe Davis joining us now. Miguel Rojas, the biggest fucking loser on the planet, has done the unthinkable.
Just throwing out an "oh my god, no way" as he hits a home run to tie the World Series.
Did he say that?
He said "no way." I can't believe we never talked about that being the Cody Ceci of all people podcast.
Yeah,
shouting "no way" when a guy hits a game-tying home run is so funny.
The other player I would say he should go down is David Tomasek. Have you guys seen him play? He's pretty average, and he makes $1.2 million, and he's eligible to go through waivers. Like, I just don't understand the conversation of like, well, I would honestly trade Janmark too. I'm not sure what that guy does for $1.45 million besides not score goals with his stick all season. Like, you can pay guys for the playoffs, sure, but like, you also have to contribute throughout the 82 games as well. And I honestly just think they keep pushing their problems down the road with him until they can find a decent spot for him to go, because who wants that contract? And somehow he has like a no trade list, which also makes zero sense. But yeah, I think they'll get rid of Tomasek and then maybe send down Ike Howard too.
Sam Bennett makes $8 million a year to only perform in the playoffs. Matthias Janmark makes $1.4 million to only perform in the playoffs. Call it girl math, podcast math, whatever you want. I'm seeing the Oilers saving at least $5 million there.
I have no comment on this Janmark situation.
You and Pete need to have a podcast about Thomas Harley and Matthias Janmark.
What do you think of Thomas Harley, Pete?
I think that he's a good player. I just did not see him as like a $10 million defenseman. He's an important defenseman to the Dallas Stars. I didn't see him as a $10 million defenseman, but that's just me.
Can I interest you in a lightly used Darnell Nurse for only $9.25 million?
Definitely not. You cannot.
I think with Harley, there might have been no player in the NHL that benefited more from the Four Nations not going on vacation. Like, that's the only reason he was basically on the Four Nations team is because he was around and his GM was one of the managers. And now all of a sudden he's regarded as like one of the best in the NHL. Isn't he -7 and have like 5 points this year?
I mean, like, he is a good defenseman, and I think like he definitely benefited from Four Nations. He also benefited from the Dallas Stars losing a bunch of their defensemen last year because he was the one holding that group together. And I think it really kind of made people notice that like Thomas Harley is a good defenseman. And I'm not saying like Thomas Harley is not a good defenseman. It's just I don't think that he's like a super upper tier defenseman. And people look at the point totals that he put together in like his production last year. Yes, he played on a very, very good offensive team, which helped inflate his offensive production. So, like, all of those things together, I think got him a little bit overpaid, which is all I ever tried to say.
I agree. And then you look at the Western Conference Finals last year, he was pretty invisible. Like, he didn't do a lot against the Oilers, and I know the Oilers wiped the floor with Dallas in that series, but, like, he's one of your best players, and like you're supposed to step up in that moment, especially when Rope hints how is he supposed to survive with a slight slash on his foot, you know? So you need Thomas Harley in those situations, I guess.
I'm gonna show my sensitivity, and I was initially not gonna bring it up on the show because to protect my looking sensitive, but the thing I got annoyed with all the stuff that happened last night in hockey, with the Zadorov on Schaefer, whatever, the only thing that really offended me last night was in the Stars-Oilers game, the Stars fans were chanting Skinner. And I was like, I almost tweeted, and I was almost like, you don't get to do that, but who the fuck am I to make the rules? Am I being overly sensitive and being a little bitchy? Or am I just correct in being like, Dallas Stars fans, I love you so much, the only thing you're not allowed to do is join in on the Skinner chorus.
Especially when he beats you in back-to-back conference finals. And
that's what I'm saying.
They also booed their own team when they were stood behind the net in overtime. Like, they were stood behind the Oilers net and they started booing it. It's like, what is going on here? Yeah, Skinner probably doesn't deserve to be booed by Dallas fans, especially when your goalie gets pulled in Game 6 and ESPN makes the craziest documentary about it before opening season. Like, that is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Just so people know, he was really bad in that game and previous games and deserved to be pulled. But anyway, Skinner's actually been fine this season. There's a lot of conversation around him, of course, but like, every time he allows a goal, apparently it's completely his fault. Like, other teams aren't allowed to score good goals. Like, last night you look and like that third goal that went in, he's expecting a shot. It hits Dalmer's skate, goes off the backboard to a wide open Miro Heiskanen. It's like, what do you want him to possibly do in that moment? And like, I don't know. It's so frustrating with Skinner because you act like I'm a Skinner defender. I'm not going to lie, but like, I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be. I also don't think he's like one of the best goalies in the league, but I also think that so far this season, he's not really been a problem at all. Like, Calvin Pickett's been more of a problem than Stuart Skinner. And he's lucky Connor Ingram is doing really bad right now.
Yes.
Eileen in the chat makes a good point. Dallas Stars fan. Like, if anybody is allowed to boo Stuart Skinner, it should be Dallas Stars fans.
They weren't booing him, though. I get booing him, being like, Stu Skinner, you ruined my fucking life.
Yeah, okay.
But like, we had Wyatt Johnson on, and we were like, what's it like playing against Stu Skinner? And he was like, hard. He didn't say for some reason, but we interpreted for some reason. Yeah, you can boo him, but you don't get to be like, oh, you stink, buddy. Okay, well, then you really stink.
Before we let you get out of here, I do want to ask you, and this is a genuine question because I don't remember, but I do remember laughing. There was a clip from, I believe, OilersNation that was like you guys talking about your dream mid-season trade acquisition for the Oilers, and I believe that it went like something like, I don't know, it was fucking like Tage Thompson, Miro Heiskanen, and then you threw out somebody. I don't remember, but it made me laugh because it was like so many tiers below that kind of player. It was like a fourth liner. Who was it?
Matt Grzelcyk, $1 million bucks. And what could you want?
my God. That's right. It was the guy who got a PTO.
No
this
one could have had
year.
him. No one could have had him. Good luck
$1 million. Come
getting
on.
him from Kyle Davidson.
Yes, correct.
Yeah?
That's
his GM.
That is definitely why I laughed. Yes.
Mhm.
Unbelievable
But
stuff.
50% retained, 500,000. Not bad.
Wait 75 days, and that can be just 250.
Yeah,
I
not too bad.
hope that it happens because
Cool.
it would be so incredibly Oilers, and I would love to see you have to eat whatever you have to eat based off of like the Matt Grzelcyk experience in Edmonton.
Yeah, I don't really know why I said that, to be honest, because I have no review of what he's like. I was just trying to think, they're probably going to need like a depth defenseman. What I call it my dream. No, I'm waiting for Adrian Kempe to become available and sign with the Edmonton Oilers. That'll be my dream. Why not? Is he better than Troy Stecher? I would assume yes.
In fairness to you, who was the answer to the question is going to be John Klingberg. But I was going to say, like, who was their third best defenseman in the playoffs? I don't know what exactly he was, but who was a very useful player for them in the playoffs last year? John Klingberg. So if you're trying to find, like,
I guess,
who is this year's like weird, absolutely retired defenseman we think, still kicking around, wants to play, that would be Matt Grzelcyk, except, like I said,
it does fit
that
the
man's under
profile.
contract. It's like when you're doing fantasy football and you're like, let me pick this guy up, and you see the trade button and you're like, someone has him?
Well, I mean, what I'll say is that I do not mean to be super disrespectful to Matt Grzelcyk. I like Matt Grzelcyk. It was just the context of it being your dream trade acquisition at mid-season deadline was very, very funny to me.
To add even more context to it, we were doing like predictions or something like that, and we needed one more, and that was my question. But then I couldn't come up with my own answer. So I just said Matt Grzelcyk. We'll see. If he comes, I'll buy a jersey. Why not?
There you go.
I have a Devon Shore jersey, so it'd just be nice to add to the collection.
You're a friggin' legend, my man. What do you think of the new jerseys, by the way? The third jerseys that everyone's all pissed about.
I like them. There was a big
guy.
debate on our show though what color they were, because I could have sworn they were white, but they came out more
No.
cream. But
Cream,
I've seen
yeah.
them in person,
Cream or
but
off-white.
they're very white. But on TV, they look like they've just been dragged through mud a little bit too. So I think they're cool. I like that the others did something different, but also too, like, I never really been one of those people that's like, oh my God, that logo is gross. Oh, this jersey sucks. Like, whatever. My opinion is irrelevant. They are going to play in these jerseys, and that will be their logo.
I mean, there are those people. We are not them.
We don't know who they are,
Yeah.
but
We are big jersey people. There are people who are just like, I don't give a shit. They can wear whatever they want and just go out there and play hockey. That's not us. So
Just
it's
win.
gotta look good.
Just win some hockey games, and that's how I remember the jerseys.
Liam, you are the greatest. I wanted to mostly talk about like Matthew Schaefer stuff with you because I feel like you're enough of a wild card that getting your thoughts on him being young could be interesting. Could you give us any quick reaction to yesterday? Everyone apparently finding out that Matthew Schaefer is a child.
Yeah, time's a crazy thing. So that's something. I mean, who would have thought that an 18-year-old would not have been an adult during COVID? That's what I will say to people. We have a young boy who works for us now. His name's Reese. And he
What are
told
the
me,
child labor laws up there?
yeah, I won't reveal how old he is, but he told me when, I think it was when Nuge got drafted, or like one of Nuge and Hopkins like moments, something like that in like 2011. He's like, yeah, my mom let me stay up late. I was 7. I was just like, come on, man. Like, I wasn't that young, and it just makes me feel really old when he's around. He also says a lot of weird words like swag, which is a big one. I'm assuming Matthew Schaefer also does the same thing. So, yeah, these kids nowadays, I just can't keep up with them.
So normally I would be on your side with this. Like a lot of the times, like this guy's kid is being drafted. Feel old? And it's like, well, that's kind of how fucking time works. And that person hasn't played in the NHL in 15 years. That does make sense. It does track. But for some reason, and it might be the COVID of it all, because I feel like COVID has completely fucked my sense of time, period. But like the idea of a really good NHL player being 12 years old during the pandemic really did fuck with me. It's very hard to fathom.
Yeah, COVID was just a few years where it was just like, oh, there it goes. We're past it now, and it's just over. Like even the other day on Nuge again, they announced this was his 15th year in the NHL. Like stuff like that blows my mind more than like, oh, this kid was 12 years old when the world shut down. But yeah, that means I am 10 years older than Matthew Schaefer.
Damn.
What a time to be alive. I'm
Thanks
actually
a
not.
lot.
I'm 11. I'm not 28.
Thanks a lot, Fauci.
Yeah,
Right?
honestly.
Good thing RFK is getting us that time back.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're going
Matthew
to puke
Schaefer,
up all
get
our
ready to learn
Tylenol.
12 again.
Yep, and he's going to be a little baby boy again.
That's right.
You know, I have a question for you guys, if you don't mind.
This ought to be good.
Do you remember a long time ago when Martin Erat got traded for Forsberg?
Correct. Yep.
Do you think the Brock Nelson trade is just inevitably going to be that?
I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that some people called that in the moment. They were like,
Oh,
this
did they?
feels the most like that Martin Erat for Philip Forsberg trade. And like there's other examples. I remember in baseball when the Mets traded Scott Kazmir for Victor Zambrano, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, don't do that! Why did you? He's like good now." And immediately Scott Kazmir got called up, was better than Victor Zambrano was already, and then he goes on and is like an elite pitcher for a long time. I think this can be that. Like we have to be on pretty strong. Pete was going to be anyway. Like Callum Ritchie watch.
Yeah, he's got to score a goal. He's got to get a point this season before we can have that conversation.
Did he make it to a game yet? I saw his flight got canceled when he got called up.
Yes, he's played in 3 games and has not registered a point.
Wow, that's not too good. It makes you think though, like if Lamoriello just made other trades, like if he had just traded Kyle Palmieri, like what would he have possibly done then? Like it's kind of crazy to think like
He loved
maybe
his
that
group.
man actually was good at being a GM.
I mean, they've got culture. They stood up for Matthew Schaefer last night.
That's right.
All right. You're the best, Liam. We always love your show. We always love when you let us jump on there. We've all been on there, I believe. Sean included, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Sean's been on Oilers Nation every day with Tyler and Liam. It's just an absolute party. Thank you very much, my guy.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See you later.
All right. Be good, Liam. Let's talk about have we got any answers on the Oilers, we think?
No.
I don't think so either.
There was no way that we were going to get any answers.
There's never going to be a solution, just an acknowledgement of what's happening.
I know that it's we got a show to do today. I have no time for Oilers talk right now.
Really?
They've
I said it before the show.
It's like the Tom Brady talk. It's like, is this the year Tom Brady's bad? No,
Probably not.
probably not.
Yeah.
Because he never is.
I
He's
mean-
going to retire good.
Said it before the show, but I feel like I feel the opposite towards the Oilers as I do towards the Carolina Hurricanes, where it's like when people talk about the Carolina Hurricanes during the regular season, I'm like, yeah, of course that they're good. Like, what are they going to be in the playoffs? And like, is this the year that they're going to get over the hump? Whereas like the Oilers, like, yeah, of course they're fucking around and being assholes at points during the regular season. Wake me up when the playoffs start, when they actually care about these games, and then we find out what they are.
And it's not like the Florida Panthers obviously are also the worst team in the East right now. But that makes sense.
Correct.
They're
Yeah.
hurt. Their best players are missing. The Oilers are just doing the same thing that they've done the last 2 years that they ended up in the Stanley Cup.
Got to give a shout to our friends at Underdog. Use code WhatChaos and get $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 entry, win or lose. And Pete, you nearly won.
I did. I did win last night.
Oh, did you
because
do the?
I did 2 variations. I recognized that the Kesselring goal was a
Could be
bit
difficult.
of a long shot, bit of a lofty shot. Fucking almost happened. But I did do a secondary card with just the other 2, so I won.
And did that include Cutter Gauthier?
That did include Cutter Gauthier, yeah. Cutter
That's just-
Gauthier, he of 10 goals this season. Do not miss the fact that Cutter Gauthier's goal song this year is "Cut It,"
Cut it.
which
Cut it.
cannot give Gauthier
Cut
credit
it.
yet for that, knowing that Beckett Seneca had no idea that his goal song was "Man-Child." So it seems like the Ducks might just be choosing these for them. They're doing a good job.
What do you think is a better song for Cutter Gauthier? Cut It or any song by Gauthier?
Cut it.
I cut it, but I like
Cut
where
it
your
hits.
mind went there.
Yeah.
I think that Gauthier probably has a better song. I mean, he has 2 better songs than Cut It, but having an
Didn't know he had 2 songs.
extremely cocaine song as your goal song, 2 thumbs and a nose, 2 thumbs way up, A nose way down.
That's right. Yeah. We did a lot of asshole talk today. I did want to mention that I don't think that anybody has had a tougher start to this NHL season than Greg Cronin. Seeing how good the Anaheim Ducks can be when they play a little bit more fast and loose and don't have to have extremely complicated defensive structure. And also seeing what Trevor Zegras can be once he's freed from the Anaheim Ducks and Greg Cronin.
Yeah, that second part. I mean, I think that second part maybe people saw coming, but I think that also the Zegras situation had a little Oilers tough start to it where people are like, whatever's going to happen there is going to happen. And in 3 weeks, people are still going to be mad about Trevor Zegras for some reason, and we're going to move on with our lives. But the way that he's come out, and as you said, the way that the Ducks have come out, it's very apt. Biggest loser of the season so far, for sure.
Yeah, and like I don't expect the Ducks to be as like I don't expect the Ducks to be one of the best teams this season. And I don't think they have looked like they've scored a ton, but they're not amazing defensively.
They played some very stupid games.
Correct. Yeah. And so like I'm not going to overreact and say like man, like Greg Cronin was destroying one of the best teams in the league. No, but this team looks nothing like they did last year under Greg Cronin. In just like the way that they compete, the way that they're having fun, and how competitive they are. So, yikes.
Someone suggested, by the way, for Cutter Gauthier's song, Cut to the Feeling, by the congratulations newly married and newly pregnant
That's right.
Carly Rae Jepsen. Queen, we love ya. Cut to the Feeling is an amazing goal song and should be used.
That would be a really good one.
I'd put that over Cut It, quite frankly.
I don't think anything's touching Cut It.
Yeah.
That bangs.
Yeah.
We need more rap in hockey, just in general.
I agree with that.
Also, for what it's worth, because we had this conversation before the show, Greg Cronin is still coaching. He's the coach for the Iowa Wild, second worst team in their division.
Damn. Who's the worst team in there? Is it they wouldn't be in the same division as the Barracuda. That would rock.
Worst team in their division is the Texas Stars.
Well, I know why. They're all on the team now, or on the Carolina Hurricanes now. That's basically what's happening with them. Cutter Gauthier has 10 goals in 12 games. And as you noted, that is tied for the league lead. Do you know who else is on that list? I suspect you know at least one or two people.
Leon Draisaitl?
Leon Draisaitl.
Of 10 goals. I don't know. Who else is on there? I know Sherwood has 9.
There's 3 more people, and all of them are heavily, I would say, discussed on this show.
Okay, give me some hints.
One has a name that we say like a French term.
Jack Hughes.
Jack Hughes.
Yep.
Jack Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
One is, we'll say, very much in the same league as Leon Draisaitl.
Connor McDavid. He does not have 10 goals.
No, although true, that's a puck knower, both in the NHL.
Yeah.
Took me literally. Both in the NHL. When you think like, God, when you're listing your Connor McDavids, your Leon Draisaitl's, your...
Oh, Evgeny Malkin?
No.
I mean, when you say those two names, the only other two names that come up in my mind are Nikita Kucherov and
Nathan McKinnon.
Nathan McKinnon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
That could have been a million things, though.
Yeah.
You could have just been like...
JJ Peterka?
I know Gino's been real hot, but he's hot in the assist column.
No, Gino's on asshole watch. He's getting DFA'd.
Yeah.
And last, I'll just give it to you, Cole Caulfield.
Oh,
What
yeah, of
a
course.
time
Yeah.
to be a fan of goals. The league leaders are Leon Draisaitl, Nathan McKinnon, Jack Hughes, Cole Caulfield, and Cutter fucking Gauthier. Give it to me. We were talking before the show. Shout out Pat Verbeek and all the hard lines he draws with his players with negotiations and everything. He should have tried to tap into the do a year early extension thing with Cutter Gauthier.
Probably.
That boy is on pace for 68 goals. Scored a hat trick last night on 3 shots. We say about everybody when they're good, like they're going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But like, damn, this is a fucking leap this young man is taking at 21 years young.
He's averaging over a goal per game in his last 6 games.
And the best part about it, you brought this up, he shoots the puck so much that when you see he has 10 goals, it's easy to be like, well, what's his shooting percentage? That's going to come down. His shooting percentage is high, but it's not crazy.
17%.
Which is high.
Yeah, right.
But not top 100 in the league.
It's also it's high for like an average player. Is it super high for a pure goal scorer who is fucking nasty.
Maybe
Not
he's
really.
shooting the puck into the net.
Yeah.
God forbid. I thought this was America. Thought goal scorers could just shoot it into the net.
Yeah. The Gauthier experience is awesome, as is that entire line.
Got to put the Gauthier, McTavish, and Seneca line on coolest line in Hockey Watch, which there's a few that are floating around the ether. Multiple are on the Bruins, but I'll also say multiple are on the Ducks.
I think you can only have one coolest line in
Contender?
hockey contender for
Per
each
team?
team. Yeah.
Okay, so for the Bruins, it is obviously
The Who Want Me line.
The Who Want Me line.
Yeah.
Copyright Pete Blackburn. Zaka in between Middlestat and my guy Victor Arvidsson.
It's
Just
fine if you
legends.
forgot that.
It's always a good line when you can't remember all three members of the line. But also like the Leo Carlson line
Yep.
is amazing.
By the way, free our boy,
Who?
Leo Carlson.
Free him?
Yes, he got kicked out of last night's
Oh,
game.
yeah.
We don't do hit chat, but free our boy. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
When you said free our boy, I was getting flashes of like they don't still have him on load management. Do you remember that?
No, that was
What a time to be alive.
I mean,
Ducks
once
take-
again, tough start to the season for our guy Greg Cronin.
But if I'm Greg Cronin, I'm sitting there being like,
That was also a
I did it right.
Verbeek.
Look at what he
Yes.
is now.
What do you mean? Well,
Like,
I guess
his whole
yeah.
process was like get him acclimated to the NHL. It wasn't like he just did it because he hated him. So.
And,
good
and
now,
that was a in tandem with Pat Verbeek kind of strategy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Ducks are just so much fun, and like if there is a team that deserves to have a couple best line in hockey, it might be them.
Okay, Sean, do me a favor. Here's where we're going to get really analytical. Could you throw up? We get to use daily face-off stuff because we're in the same family as them. Very fun. Which honestly, before we would have just done it anyway.
Yeah,
But because we're friends with those guys, throw up the Ducks lines so we can talk about their number situation. Do the Ducks, everyone's talking about how well the Ducks are playing and how fun they are and the future is bright and everyone called it. Can we talk about maybe the best number situation in the league? Not talking about the lettering, talking about the choices of numbers, the numbers that are assigned to these players. You've got, I mean, maybe our favorite line in hockey right now is 23, which hockey number, between 61, which was only chosen because it's another number upside down. True story, look it up. And 45. That is a great looking line.
Which was only chosen because it's a cartoon channel.
Yep.
Yes. And you've got, I mean, Frank wears 77. Look at the D pairings. Mintyukov 98. Famously, we don't have a Ducks 98 jersey on set that isn't him. Ian Moore 74. Jackson Lacombe rocking 2. Olin Zellweger 51. Trouba 65. Trouba? That young man has found the fountain of I don't know what, but
Yeah, no, it's not even like Trouba is. I think he has 3 goals this year.
more than Artemi Panarin.
I mean, Trouba scoring at probably like a 25 goal pace or something. Just bad math off the top of my head.
No, we call it girl math in hockey now.
A lot of people don't.
Okay.
The
I was told that hockey was into that now. In case you missed, which channel was it?
which channel?
Who put that video out?
I believe it was either the NHL or it was Sportsnet.
Yeah, it was either the league or one of the things. They did a girl trivia segment with players.
Yeah,
and
people got mad.
Some of the internet got
crazy.
very mad about it, including someone quote tweeted it with, instead of asking them this, why don't you ask them, do you respect women?
That would have been
That would've
awesome
been a
viral
sick
content
segment to put out. All right, play around with these teddy bears and name a woman.
I don't even know where we were.
We were talking about the fountain of what.
Oh yeah, like
Trouba has found.
Trouba just depositing goals while the Rangers can't score is incredible stuff.
Kreider. What's Kreider doing numbers wise? I mean, he's playing on that line, and he scored that game tying goal against the Sharks that was absolutely electric. It was Sportsnet. Thank you very much, Ali.
0 penalty minutes for Jacob Trouba too, which is like more unbelievable.
Does Jacob Trouba get to be in Cy Young talk if we use his goals and penalty minutes? I think that if he keeps those penalty minutes low, he deserves it.
No, I mean, yeah, like Chad, if Trouba wins Lady Bing, it would be the funniest thing in the world. Funniest thing in the world.
Typically, it's a bad look for a defenseman to win Lady Bing, but that would be the coolest look in the world.
100%.
Just because it would be confusing. I wouldn't know what to
Also,
make of it.
At some point, do we have to have the discussion that like Did the Ducks healthy scratch Radko Gudas when he's ready to come back? Their captain, healthy scratching your captain.
I mean, he's on massive John Tavares watch.
You can't mess with success.
You got to take
6 or 7.
Got to take that letter from him after this season. No way that man could still be wearing it.
What do you if they take the letter from him, what do they do? Because our guy is, or Pete's guy, I should say, Leo's wearing A on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So do we get him? Do you get him a full-time letter situation? I would say just give it to another one of the guys. I would say that the Ducks should spread out their letters as much as they can because their situation is so cool.
Yeah. I mean, like they just have so many guys. Yeah. So I don't know. It's
Radko Gudas is a free agent after this year, so he's never going to wear a letter for the Anaheim Ducks ever again.
Well, he might not wear a C much longer, but he'll wear a B next year. Donnie knows just what to do. Oops, all Nikita Zadorovs and Radko Gudas's.
To answer your question, by the way, Chris Kreider's a point-per-game player. He's 7 goals, 1 assist in 8 games.
Oh, so he's up there too with the Cy Young race.
Man. Great. Chris Kreider is oh yeah. We knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else we have on the Ducks? Do the Ducks have the best? No, like this is. Who knows if they make the playoffs? Who knows whatever? But every opportunity we have to glaze the Ducks, I think we take.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they are the most watchable team in hockey right now in terms of just entertainment value, and it's partially because they don't play amazing defense. Like they fit in the perfect mold of the team that I love, which is like an up-and-coming team that scores a bunch, doesn't defend amazingly, so you're getting a ton of high-scoring, high-event games. But like, if Lucas Dostal is like one of the best goaltenders in the league, they can absolutely make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they can too. Reminder, with Underdog, use code WhatChaos and get $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 entry. Win or lose, that is with Underdog. Sean, could I trouble you for the slate?
Yes, you can.
Tough to follow that up yesterday, Peter. Tough to follow up what we got yesterday. 10-gamer that was just classic games all around. But we do have Utah at Toronto at 7 p.m. Eastern in the United States and Canada. On TNT at 7:30, you can catch the Blues at the Capitals, the Blue Jackets at the Flames. That's jumping all the way to 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you didn't tell me we had a crazy structure.
It's not that crazy.
That's from 7. Wait, is it 7?
7:30,
9:30?
9:30. Yeah, it's kind of like
That's a gap.
it's a little bit of a gap. I guess you'd see like an 8.
It's a 5-gamer with the gap.
It's like fairly standard fare, I feel like.
Well, I don't know. 7:30 to 9:30, I don't think you see 2-hour jumps. You definitely see them, but I don't know if that's like I wouldn't call them standard, but different strokes for different folks.
I don't love the middle portion of that slate. I will say this slate is better than I expected, honestly, coming off of an incredible slate last night and knowing tonight's a Wednesday. Wednesday slates typically are the suckiest.
Yeah, or Mondays.
For what it's worth, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, tomorrow,
Banger.
There's another 2-hour gap. You have a couple games that start at 8 and then nothing until 10.
So we'll define gap as 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay? So we'll say going forward that it's however many gamer with a gap.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to sneak in maybe 2/3 of the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, Saturday. I'm getting real ahead of her. We have a 3-hour gap.
Sean, come back to us. You're out of control.
3-hour gap. What?
Saturday, you're going to get a 3-hour gap.
Saturday, we have a bunch of 7 p.m. games and then nothing at 8, nothing at 9, 3 10 p.m. games.
But you're also going to get on Saturday sometime. You're going to get your 1 p.m. Eastern.
You got a 12:30 game, a 1 p.m. game, a 3:30 game,
and
during the day.
You also have to remember that with national TV, that 7 o'clock game is not going to be a 7 o'clock start. So
yeah, but in this situation, none of those 7 p.m. games are national. There's no nationally televised games on Saturday.
Oh shit! Okay, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, let me get that slate back so I can finish her off. 10 p.m. Blackhawks at the Canucks. That I think could be the most fun, but I don't know. 10 p.m. Sharks at Kraken.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one that jumped off the page.
That's the one on which I have the most thoughts.
Give me a Connor Bedard anytime goal back home in Vancouver. seems like an
true.
absolute home run.
Awesome. If you could take that down, Sean, and we can chat about just that. Brought to you by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action every period, every shift, every shot. With Canada's homegrown sportsbook, Sports Interaction, Ontario, only 18+. Please play responsibly. Sean, can we trouble you for Connor Bedard anytime goal?
You can in just a moment.
A numbers crunch, perhaps?
I mean, I've got one I want to talk about, but I can jump into. Let me jump into Connor Bedard anytime goals plus 200.
Yep.
Like that. I like the value on that.
Kiefer Sherwood plus 210. Even
What are they, crazy?
even longer odds.
Could you do under on assists? That would be awesome. Just hammer that.
I just don't think they'd be. It would be a lack of ball knowledge if you
could even get that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do player assists over under. Who are you talking about?
Sherwood.
Kiefer Sherwood.
Kiefer Sherwood. It is minus 275 for under half an assist.
That is so free. That is so free.
It is so funny though to have like you gotta really hammer that to make sure he's not getting an assist.
Ryan Donato has the longest odds with minus 400 under half an assist.
I love doing assist unders. We got to make that a thing.
Oh,
Who all not getting a helper tonight?
Eileen, great call. A Reichel revenge game.
Yeah.
He's been pretty good
and
over there too.
Our real, it's
And,
like,
like,
a true revenge
This
game.
is a fresh.
It's like last
fresh
week you
revenge
told me
game.
you didn't want me.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
I like that. What do we have for? Oh damn! It lists the Pedersons by year.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
so
gonna
cool.
say that's so.
You
cool.
get
wow.
Elias Pedersen 98 for anytime goal score
That's
plus
awesome.
225.
That's ridiculous.
Damn, is there
And the other Elias Pettersson is 2004 plus
damn.
6,000 anytime goal score. If you were wondering, or first goal score. Sorry.
Okay. The one I want to talk about was the Sharks and the Kraken because both of those teams, oddly, been playing some low-scoring games. Kraken last 2 games, 4 goals total have been scored, and then 5 goals total scored. The Sharks last 2 games, 5 goals scored in each of those games. I ain't listening to none of that shit.
You going
Over 6 goals in this
Okay.
game.
It's more surprising to me that San Jose's totals have been that low.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point, that's gonna come around.
Oh, yeah, it is. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play. With easy deposits and payouts, go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 19+. Please play responsibly. That'll do it for this show today. Make sure that you have liked everything. I saw people in the chat when Liam was on saying like Spike with a British accent.
Like Spike.
I don't know if that's offensive or not. If it's offensive, knock it off. I'm getting a no, not offensive
I've
from
said this on the show before. You can't
British accents?
British people can't be offended by things.
Okay. But British people officially not allowed to be offended by anything? Prashant.
Not by people making fun of their British.
I was going to say, like, you say like some horrible thing about like their religion or something.
You just
Well,
can't
I
be
mean-
offended by being British people can't be offended by being made fun of for the fact that they're British.
Well, what about the chants after the Queen died at the soccer game?
Lizzie's in a box.
Lizzie's in a box.
Lizzie's in a box. Depends on the Brit. I'm bad person. Royal family, bad people.
All right.
I think that whenever British stuff comes up, people do in the chat say things about Sean. And I
Yeah.
don't know
Well,
what
I mean,
Sean was on
recently,
record
I
like
said
a
I
week
hate
ago.
British people, and
He
then
was
I had to walk it back and say except for Liam.
That's right.
But I have said I hate British people. I mean, I'm anti the fucking redcoats.
Chat was also saying that Liam looks a lot like Nikita Zadorov. So
Strong
yeah.
disagree. I don't what.
You know, he's got some similar facial qualities. They sound the same. I get that, but
Same accent.
similar personality for sure. Both very aggressive.
Neither know
dudes.
how to spell library.
Yeah.
well, it's like you know how like when
Well, they don't call it the library over there.
Library.
They call it
Library.
They call it the books.
you know
I'm gonna
how
go
when
to the books.
when somebody dies and then a child is born like soon after they say close enough, welcome back. Like my friendship with Nikita Zadorov ended. Close enough, welcome back.
Yeah,
Nikita Zadorov, Liam Horrobin.
Has everyone checked out?
Tuesday.
I haven't looked at the numbers. We're gonna get some clips of Michael Kesselring out there on the socials. You believe you me. I haven't checked the numbers though to see if people have been watching the full Michael Kesselring interview we put on YouTube. Watch it,
Please. Yes.
okay? Not just for us, for you. It was such a good time and such a good conversation. So check that out on YouTube. We've also got some more Pro Shop stuff coming very soon. Going to be very fun. Anything else we got to plug?
I don't think so.
This episode brought to you by the Anaheim Ducks.
Pretty much, yeah. And the Edmonton Oilers. See,
I don't think that this was brought to you by the Edmonton Oilers. I don't think the Edmonton Oilers are endorsing this episode.
they should, because ultimately the energy was just
he said, "Don't
stop
worry."
paying attention to the Edmonton Oilers. Stop complaining. Stop worrying. Yeah. It was definitely not brought to you by the Dallas Stars. We have a healthy string of stop disrespecting the Stars in the chat.
Yeah, I saw someone that was like, if you're going to make fun of Thomas Harley for the Roslovic assist, you got to make fun of Bouchard for whatever. It's like, don't worry. We make fun of Bouchard for whatever.
Yeah. The expectations are different. Basketball book.
Evan Bouchard is the single funniest player in the NHL. Like, his existence is my favorite thing ever. Just I have not one time ever heard someone be like, Evan Bouchard, good hockey player. It's Evan Bouchard. He's a really solid hockey player when he's not doing that dumb shit. Like, it's always a response to people being like, he did some dumb shit. It's never just like a.
You know what a good
positive
metric of that is? Is that like on national broadcasts, how people are like offering up their opinion of a player.
Yeah.
I don't think that there is a player in the NHL who has national unbiased broadcasters offer their opinion of a player and his playing style more than Evan Bouchard.
Yeah.
Because it feels like I know a lot of Italian people have said like they're the last group in the country that everyone can be like
the last people you can be
racist
racist
towards.
towards.
basically like racist towards.
Definitely how that works.
Evan Bouchard, for sure. Evan Bouchard is like the one guy where it seems everyone, I think we talked about this before, where
It's
like everyone
offensive
has a
defenseman.
pass
Well, no, it's
to just like be like not cool about, which I think is cool. That like Evan Bouchard does something, and then people who, as you said, are usually pretty measured are like, and this is fucking why.
Well,
this clown, et cetera, et cetera.
It's always the offensive defensemen who kind of elicit that from people. Where Carlson, yeah, it's like you can talk about how good Erik Karlsson is, but not without mentioning that he's a quote unquote defenseman. Like people always love couching their praise of players like that with, but he can't defend.
Plus, wasn't someone saying it recently that like it's made way, but like it's just because of the spectrum, like the fact that he does dumb shit and then he has the sickest slap shot you've ever seen in your entire life, and you're like, how can two animals exist?
Even last,
I think he was talking with Kessler, and it was like, I said that his big moments are so big, or his good moments are so big, but his fuck ups are also so big.
And it's not just that they're big; they're goofy.
Yeah.
But even last night, the Draisaitl scores from behind the goal line, which is amazing. And you watch every angle of that, and you're just like, how does he do that? But broadcaster voice, the play starts when Dallas is clearing the zone, and Bouchard doesn't get in front of it to block it or whatever. He keeps it in just midair with his stick and just sends it back up. And it's like, if you're watching it fast, you're like, oh yeah, he just kept it in. But it's some fucking wizard shit that if you were to say to him after, like, hey, no one else in the league can do that, he'd be like, who am I? What is this?
It's also the curse of being good, to where like if you're so good to a point where you're making really hard things look easy, you're not going to get credit for those things. You're obviously just going to get credit. Plus, like, you're not a top 3 offensive player on your own team.
Yeah.
So that offense is only going to get you
that
so much
said,
credit.
Part of it with Bouchard too, though, is frustration, because you know that he can play and like he can defend. It's just a lot of his mistakes are just like, what is going on in your head? What is going on in your brain? Like, he turns off his brain sometimes.
Yeah. That's why like Petey, when he comes on with us, whenever Bouchard comes up, like Petey's not one of those Bouchard sucks. He won't even say that Bouchard sucks defensively.
And he will say if he thinks a player sucks.
Oh boy, will he? Especially if it's a defenseman and an offensive defenseman. Maybe he just hates Karlsson that much more, but he's like, this guy is not that. Having said that, the end of the Blues game was just fucking comical. Like, if you saw it, it was simply because a rebound's in front, Bouchard just stands still, does absolutely nothing. They score, game over, they lose in regulation.
What I will say is we discussed a trade last year that involved Evan Bouchard, potentially coming to my favorite team.
What
And
was
God,
it? Was
it
it
was-
Bouchard and Swayman?
It was Bouchard, and
Yeah.
part of the piece going the other way was Mason Lohrei. And I
Ah.
said I would do that in a second. And boy, as much as I don't really want Evan Bouchard on the Bruins, he's playing for the Edmonton Oilers. And you know who's not playing for the Boston Bruins? Mason Lohrei.
We should discuss this. I know that we said thanks for watching the show, and we probably lost everybody, but our great friend Joey Mack brought it up. Joe McDonald, the one of the best Bruins reporters to ever do it, quite frankly, said, he tweeted the other day, like, just throwing it out there, Mason Lohrei might want to change his number. He wears
Yeah.
6, which is the cursed number for the Bruins, and Pete brought up a thing on the show a while ago about how teams should ban numbers in addition to retiring them. And for the Bruins, we said a lot of Bruins fans might say 40 because they're insane and don't like Tuukka Rask, but for
6 might be the number there.
6 probably has to be the number.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it honestly has similar feelings to 3 for the Maple Leafs, because 3 for the Maple Leafs is always the defenseman that everybody fucking hates. Like, it was Dion Phaneuf for a while.
Mhm.
It was Justin Hall. I think Klingberg wore 3 there. And it's just guys who have really had some trouble defending. 6 feels that for the Bruins, where it's been just handed to defenseman after defenseman, and
Dennis Weidman.
Greg Zanin, who else? Wade Redden.
Some of those, though, were cool.
Yeah, some of them were
I thought it was
cool.
funny that the Bruins eventually had Wade Redden after the...
They tried to get him so many times.
No, the reason the Bruins got Zdeno Chara is because the Senators chose Wade Redden over Zdeno Chara to keep and give a big contract to. Eventually, that did not work out. He ends up in, I think, with the Rangers, and then just finds his way to the Bruins for nothing. And extra egg on the Senators' face for that. But 6 would strike me as being the number. I'm not crazy. Did Thornton wore 6?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. When he first came
Initially.
into the league.
Yeah. And then switched. Someone said 53 for the Oilers. I mean, we could play this game all day. All I'm saying is Mason Lohrei, maybe, change your number.
I mean, something's got to change. It can't really hurt, right?
But this sucks, though. Like, Mason Lohrei is giving me the Markelle Fultz experience, where I initially liked being the guy that talked a little shit about Markelle Fultz, and then Markelle Fultz could not play basketball and was having... I don't actually know what the explanation ended up being with Markelle Fultz, but
nerve injury.
There was weird.
It feels
Something wrong physically,
Yeah.
and also probably eventually when you can't shoot a basketball mentally.
I mean,
so I was
that's-
I'm not making jokes about
J.
this
Cole
anymore.
rapped about that.
Yeah, I need Mason Lohrei to be playing and playing as well as we know he can play, so I can be like, that guy plays like a fucking maniac. Because if I say it when he's getting scratched, people are like, that's just mean. I don't want to do that.
Right. It feels kind of similar to the Mac Jones situation, where Mac Jones, you were he's bad. I don't think that you say that about Mason Lohrei. He's relax until he is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously hoping that Mason Lohrei is able to get back in the lineup and figure it out. But it seems like scratching him has been a very good decision by Marco Sturm.
And he said, they were like, what do you think he's going to get mad? And he was like, I fucking hope so.
Right. Yeah.
Hope that guy wants to fucking strangle me.
I really do like Marco Sturm and what he's gotten out of the Bruins and the things that he said, and just his whole. I like the culture that he's helping to establish in Boston in a year where nobody really knew what was going to happen.
I shouldn't acknowledge the chat, but Mike from Woburn in the chat is doing this just to piss me off. Says, thank you, Jeff Gorton, for Zdeno Chara. Jeff Gorton had nothing to do with the Bruins signing Zdeno Chara, and you know that, okay? It was Peter Chiarelli.
Oh, I'm going through the list of players who have worn 6 for the Bruins, and Gord Kluzak is another big one, because Gord Kluzak was good, but had bad luck.
Yeah.
So I saw Joey Mack's tweet. I think that he said he might have included Gord Kluzak as the where it started for being bad luck. Bronco Horvath. It's a sick ass name.
It's a good.
Gonna say.
That's a win.
Speaking of Horvath, Horvat.
Bo
Horvat is awesome. And I was like, when he looked really, really good last night. And I was like, why aren't people talking about Bo Horvat being like a guy who other teams can trade for? I forgot that he signed an extension.
Yeah.
And he is in Long Island or on Long Island for the long haul.
do we make everyone likes every team, and we talked about it yesterday. There's not many teams that like you're not kind of excited about for one reason or another. Do we become Islanders guys? Do we become territorial about the Islanders?
I said this before the season. I said it during the draft. I was
No,
like,
you didn't, Sean.
Yes, I did.
No,
Sean,
I
don't think you did.
I am invested in the post Lou Islanders being cool. Because that would be awesome.
I am excited about the Islanders' future. I like the guys they have in the system. I love that Cole Yzerman is doing coffee reviews on TikTok with Cole Hudson now. I'm excited for him to be a New York Islander. I can't really care that much about the Islanders right now.
The Islanders, a library.
Yeah.
The Islanders are also the Mets to me, where them being good makes the other New York's teams' failures hurt that much more. And I don't like the other New York team. So if the Mets want to be good while the Yankees suck, and the Islanders want to be good while the Rangers suck, like that makes it that much sweeter.
Yeah, the Islanders have like kind of small town.
They've got Mets vibes to them.
Yeah, right.
Like
well,
obviously,
Mets are
a little
definitely
different.
bigger.
Yeah,
but
yeah, they're definitely bigger. But I mean, they also are the little brother.
I love the Islanders like fan community. They rock. Like they are very, very tight knit. They're awesome. When they're good, that place is wild. So I am excited about the future of the Islanders.
All right, that'll do it for the show today. Apologies to the Wild scoring a sick game-winning goal. We did not have time to get to that, but it looked amazing because they were wearing those unbelievably sick uniforms.
And there was no net.
Those are becoming. You saw it, Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, people were complaining about that.
That's the rule.
Right. I didn't.
It was
big problem
it's
with
just
it.
sick to see a player flip a puck to where a net should be and
Yeah.
no longer is, and the ref just be like, That's a
Stop
goal.
fucking pushing the net off the moorings.
yeah, and like
And-
I'll give him benefit of the doubt. Don't know that it was on purpose, but
He did it. He did it like a few minutes earlier.
oh,
too.
did he? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe there was a problem with the mooring.
I think that's a
strat?
overtime strategy to other team has a scoring chance. I'm going to push the net off.
Just like the fucking the World Series. Know the rules.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, know the rules. We have a show tomorrow, and we'll do it then. We love you. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.